All right, everybody. Good late morning. Hope you guys are doing well as we move through the 48-hour morning period. Although, I don't know if it's, I don't really know if it's a morning period anymore, but nevertheless, we didn't do this yesterday, so we're doing it today. We're looking at the Pro Football Focus defense evaluation, and this was the side of the ball where we saw a lot of good stuff. So it should be a little bit better, should be a little more encouraging. It wasn't all great, but there was some great stuff in here for sure. Quick reminder, I will be going live at 1, so about 2 hours from the upload of this video. I did set it up to dual stream to my channel for the time being. Going to do a guest appearance on the 12 Talk podcast with the UK Seahawkers. So definitely try to be there. If you can't be there, try to watch it VOD, and we'll see where that goes, but I hope to see you guys there. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you about Sleeper, a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on sports games in real time with other users. You can get the fastest scores, blazing fast sports news and sports alerts right at your fingertips. And of course, you can use Sleeper to play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. This is the way sports were meant to be enjoyed together. So download Sleeper today. Use promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. And you can pair that with another promo they have right now where you can get a $20 entry free with no deposit required. So get both of those things going. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and growing. So check out Sleeper today. Get to it and go have some fun with sports this year. Okay, so top line grade stuff with Pro Football Focus. There is some encouraging stuff. There's a lot more green here than there was for the offense, although I would argue not as much as there should be in a game where your defense allowed less than 250 yards against Sean McVay. Like, come on, guys. I mean, what do we got to do here, right? What do you got to do to really get some green going here? But Derek Hall and Boye Mafe, oddly enough, are your two highest graded players. Neither guy played that much. Neither guy had a massive impact, but PFF liked what they did on an efficiency basis. And I think that's notable. Maybe this is the best way to go, especially in a game like this where you can afford to do it. Maybe you get the best out of these guys if they're only playing 15, 20 snaps a game, which is disappointing. But in a game like this, you can get away with it. Maybe this is how it works out. Eamon Worry, really well graded. They loved his tackling in particular. His coverage grade was great, so that's a big improvement over last week. Love to see it. D-Law, still cranking, still doing his thing. Was the only guy to consistently pressure Stafford in this game, according to PFF. They gave him a lot of pressures. And it's just awesome to see because it's not like he was shortchanged on snaps. He played almost the whole game. Kobe Bryant, the peanut punch is going to get you a long way here. 70 PFF, good stuff. They did ding him for some run defense stuff, which there was like one play where I thought he probably whiffed a little bit and had a bad run fill, but I don't know. It feels like the grades get punished way too much for one or even two plays. Drake Thomas, tackling, going to ding you a little bit, but overall still pretty good. They liked his coverage, and coverage is the main reason why he has the starting job right now. Josh Jobe, pretty good. They really liked what he was doing in run support, which obviously that contrasts with Woolen, which maybe that's why we got a rotation going here. Healy, pretty decent. Nwosu, not a huge impact, but still doing his job. Ty Okada, filling in. I do hope that Julian Love gets back soon, but Okada has been adequate filling in for quite some time now. So looking forward to getting our the better player out there, but hey, not bad at all. Witherspoon, I feel like this grade is low. I feel like this is low. There's a lot going on with a guy like Witherspoon that doesn't show up in the box score. And to their credit, they do give Witherspoon a lot of credit for being a great run defender and tackler, but what he does is so important. I don't know. I don't buy it. Bohanna and Bell barely played. Big Cat Big Cat can't catch a break from PFF this year, and I don't totally get it. I know our run defense wasn't great on Sunday, but no way Leonard Williams is below replacement level. And they basically have him hovering around there for this season. So I don't get it. Reek Woolen, the tackling will get you. And he didn't have his best game in coverage, I guess. I still think this is a little much, but it wasn't his best game. Murphy gets punished heavily because he missed a tackle. The run defense stuff was put on his shoulders a lot. I mean, I get it. There is some stuff going on there that's a little bit frustrating, but I don't know. Again, this is implying that he was bad on Sunday, and I don't think that he was. And that goes double for Ernest Jones. For some reason, a huge chunk of the run defense problems got put in his lap. I don't know if that's what I saw out there. I was watching the game at a crowded bar with a lot of people, so maybe there's just something I'm missing here. I don't see how anything that happened on Sunday is so bad. Now, Ernest Jones is another guy who always gets punished by PFF, and it kind of is what it is, but I still don't get it. Hard for me to really buy this one. Missed tackle stuff, I like to look at that every week. D-Law had 2, Kobe had 2, Drake Thomas had 1. Those were still fairly highly graded players. Okada had 1, Woolen had 1. Really not that bad. 7 missed tackles over the course of the game is not bad. Not to say that there weren't some things that happened in this game that were bad, that weren't missed tackles, but 7 missed tackles in a game, I can live with that. There's nothing wrong with that overall. So, run defense, there's not going to be a lot to say. This is where PFF really dinged us. And it's kind of funny. We had 3 players credited with 3 run stops in this game, not just tackles, stops. And both of them got bad grades. We had Big Cat and Murphy with 3 run stops each. And PFF still didn't like it. They didn't think much of it. Kobe Bryant had 2. They didn't like him either. Ernest Jones all the way down here. I mean, maybe it wasn't his best game. I can understand that maybe the knee brace was having a negative effect, but I can't say I agree with whatever it is that PFF saw here. Uchenna Nwosu had a couple run stops. Nothing else really stands out here over the top. Just not great, not the best, but I don't know. Seems a little over-exaggerated to me. Pass rush, there's not going to be a lot here. We didn't get a lot of pressure. No sacks, 3 quarterback hits, 8 pressures, 8 hurries for 11 total. D-Law got almost half of them. So, hey, D-Law doing his thing. Derek Hall had a quarterback hit. Big Cat had a quarterback hit. Mafe had a couple pressures. Murphy had a pressure. Nwosu had a pressure, but overall just kind of blah. And it is a testament to this defense. They can play as well as they did without getting pressure, but yeah, pressure was in short supply, and it's a little disappointing, but I don't think you can argue too much when the results are still that good. Coverage, I mean, look, the Rams will probably not have another game this year where their passing attack is that inefficient. So what are you going to say? What are you going to say, really? You've got some highly graded players up at the top here. Eamon Wari keeps it very clean, which is great because last week was a little bit tough. 2 targets, 5 yards. Drake Thomas, he gets graded really well, even though he got targeted once for a 23-yard catch. I think it was the screen pass, though, to their tight end. I can't remember which tight end it was. It might have been Davis Allen. I'm not sure. Wait a minute. The Rams don't have Davis Allen. They have Terrence Ferguson. It might have been Ferguson. I'm not sure. But even that play, like, I don't think you can put that on Drake Thomas's head completely. Kobe Bryant, 2 catches, 2 targets, 10 yards, no problem. And I think he forced a fumble on one of those targets. If they gave the target to him, I'm not sure they did. Ernest Jones, 4 for 4, but only 17 yards, no issue. And then you got some guys who got graded not great, even though the actual results seem fine. Reek Woolen gets targeted 6 times and allows 27 yards. Now, let me see something here. Yeah, they gave him a touchdown, which, okay, touchdowns, you don't like to give those up. But 6 targets, 27 yards, I'm not angry about that. Ty Okada, 1 target, 6 yards. That's fine, too. Now, it was a 6-yard touchdown pass, but again, I I don't know how upset I can be about these numbers. Job probably had the ugliest pass coverage chart with 4 targets for 26 yards. Even that isn't that bad. That's not anything I'm really upset about. And Witherspoon, who somehow got a bad coverage grade, maybe because of the BS penalty, 5 targets, 16 yards. Yeah, that's from an outside corner. Sign me up for that. 5 targets, 16 yards. I'm winning the Super Bowl if I can get that every week. All right, so real quick, I usually don't look at this page, but I wanted to see who Seattle matched up against the Rams receivers throughout this game. Puka saw most of it, saw the highest number of his targets against Job. And there were also a couple on Woolen, a couple on Ernest Jones, and one on the Kobe Bryant play. So kind of a mix here. But it is interesting that Puka, being something of a slot receiver, is getting most of his matchups on Job and Woolen. And then you got Devontae Adams, who was mostly posted up on Woolen in this game. So that makes sense, I guess. Woolen matched up on Adams, and by my measure, as near as I can tell, Woolen did his job. Woolen was doing his thing. So I just kind of wanted to get a feel for what the matchups were there. Oh, and by the way, the tight end who got the 23-yard catch, I guess, was Tyler Higbee, not Terrence Ferguson, whatever. But yeah, I wanted to see how we handled Puka and Devontae, and I guess it makes sense. I'm surprised that we didn't see Witherspoon. I'm sorry, Eamon Worry on Puka a little bit more, but maybe next time. Not much to say on special teams, honestly. Cody White, Tyrese Knight had good grades. Tyrese Knight had the big hit that resulted in the concussion. Makes sense. Chaz Surratt and Deion Kendrick got dinged heavily for penalties, but nothing else really stands out. It was a perfectly fine day of special teams, except for the kickoff that fell short of the zone. I don't want to see that again. I do not want to see that again. It ended up not being a big deal, but I need my kicker to find the zone consistently. He's one of the highest paid kickers in the league. I'm not going to ask him to make a 61-yard field goal, but I am going to ask him to not commit penalties on kickoffs. That's going to come back and bite you. All right. See you guys later. Go Hawks. Remember, podcasting later today with the 12 Talk podcasters. And more videos coming after that as well. So keep an eye out. It's Tuesday. It's an off day. We may not see a lot of action, but there's stuff to talk about. I'll see you guys later. Everybody have a good rest of your Tuesday.